Pain lanced through me like knives. I was doubled over, clutching my belly, feeling every contraction as though my body itself were protesting. "Take me to the hospital," I begged, my voice cracking. My husband, leaning against the doorway, glanced up as my mother-in-law appeared, smirking like she owned the moment. "Where are you trying to go?" she asked, her tone sharp. "Come take me and your sister to the mall instead." He didn't hesitate. "Don't you dare move until I come back," he said, cold as ice. My father-in-law's voice added insult to injury. "She can wait a few hours. It's not that serious." And just like that, they left me. Alone, pregnant with twins, in excruciating labor. I could hear my own heartbeat in my ears, louder than the world outside. Then, the sound of a familiar voice cut through my panic. "I've got you," an old friend said. I clung to him like a lifeline. We got to the hospital just in time. I was barely in the room when he burst in. "Stop this drama! I won't waste my money on your pregnancy," he yelled. The slap hit my cheek first, shocking me with its brutality. Then his fist met my belly. Pain, fear, rage, every emotion collided. And in that moment, something inside me shifted. I realized I wasn't going to beg anymore. I wasn't going to plead. It hadn't started like this. I remembered the day I first met him. He smiled like the world had just given him a secret, and I believed in him, trusted him. We planned a future in soft colors, in laughter and quiet mornings. I believed him when he whispered, "I'll always protect you." Years later, I learned protection could be weaponized. I noticed the first cracks subtly, a lingering glance at another woman, a lie about money, a sudden coldness after dinner. The pattern became undeniable when I found the messages. His greed laid bare, his words dripping with entitlement, contempt, and manipulation. I could have confronted him, could have cried, could have screamed, but I didn't. I planned, I watched, I waited. The plan began in silence. I secured my safety, documented everything, and quietly moved our finances out of his reach. I reached out to lawyers, friends, and anyone who could give me leverage. Every step I took was precise, deliberate, and calculated. He was cocky, careless. He thought the hospital outburst was the climax, that my fear would keep me in line. He didn't know I had recorded his tirade, the slap, the punch. Didn't know I had captured the testimony of the friend who helped me. Didn't know I had prepared an airtight case for every bit of abuse, every penny of deceit. The day of confrontation came like a storm I had been building for months. I called him to the house under the guise of reconciliation. He arrived, smug, expecting compliance. I waited until he saw the divorce papers, the custody agreements, the bank statements that froze him in place. "I want half my life back," I said calmly, not a trace of fear in my voice. "Everything you tried to control, taken from you legally, publicly, permanently." His face turned from anger to disbelief. He sputtered, tried to yell. I let him. Each word he wasted was another nail in the coffin of his arrogance. He realized, slowly, painfully, that his empire of control had been an illusion. Every punch, every insult, every act of cruelty, now documented, exposed. And when he tried to reach me, to intimidate me, I let the lawyers handle it. I didn't lift a hand. The law, my intelligence, my foresight, they did it for me. He fell, not with a bang, but with the suffocating weight of his own misdeeds laid bare. Now, I watch my twins sleep, their tiny chests rising and falling with the rhythm of innocence. I survived labor, abuse, and betrayal, and I rose from it all, stronger, wiser, unbroken. I never screamed, never begged, but justice spoke for me. The power wasn't in retaliation. It was in patience, in planning, in letting the world see him for what he truly was. I had delivered more than my children that day. I had delivered the reckoning he had thought he'd escaped. And when I close my eyes, I feel no bitterness, only the quiet satisfaction of knowing he can never touch what I've built, what I've protected, what I've earned. I survived. I thrived. I rose. And he fell.